Christmas.
Welcome to the Art Fisher podcast. I'm Reese Fisher.
I'm Nolan Fisher.
And today we are going to be recording our Christmas special. It's that time of year again, folks. We're going to be taking you through our takes on Christmas movies, at least the ones that we have seen, what we enjoy about them, and maybe what we don't enjoy, or maybe some things you hadn't thought of before when you sit down with your family to check out a nice old family Christmas movie.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much at this point only watch Die Hard every Christmas. I don't really watch anything else. Like, there'll be snippets if something's on a TV somewhere, but...
Yeah, depending on who I'm with, I usually will watch Die Hard every year. You and I watch it together. It's a tradition now. The only other one that I typically will watch is It's a Wonderful Life. That movie is just like kind of a great reminder.
Stay humble.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, don't kill yourself.
Yeah, that as well. Which
Good strong themes.
Which I think as this episode goes on, we will be sort of getting to how Christmas movies do feel on the surface, like they're all as light as the snow and magical as Rudolph's nose. But at the same time, Christmas time can be pretty dark, can be pretty sad for a lot of people. Just people who have lost loved ones and who are isolated. Hopefully you can get together with somebody during the winter times. Not even if you don't celebrate Christmas, obviously, but obviously it depends on how you celebrate Christmas, what that even means to you if you do. But the winter times are
Cookies.
typically a time of isolation. Yeah.
Presents and cookies.
Mm-hmm. Snow, carrot noses, the creaster goers, what have you. But anyway, enough of that. We separated these lists, or these movies, into 4 different lists. Do we want to go over them now, or do we want to just go through them and reveal them as we go?
Yeah, let's do let's just reveal them as we go.
Okay.
Because I don't think we're really gonna talk that much about the kids movies.
Do we want to get those out of the way first?
They're just like harmless animated children's movies.
The ones harmless. The siren.
Yeah,
starts.
how the Grinch stole Christmas.
The Grinch escaped just now.
Yes, as is tradition, there's been a prison break where I live.
We're definitely just gonna keep all of that audio in because it's incredible. It just sounds like you're hitting like the sound machine. We don't have a sound machine. We do not.
There's just an air raid siren that goes off.
So
every 5 hours.
Yeah, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the animated one. When did that one come out?
The 50s? I don't know. A long time ago.
Right. That one's not bad. I have really fond memories of it. I mean, I have fond memories of a number of these, but I like it. It's a
1966.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, we can't. It's Dr. Seuss, so that's a problem.
Oh, right, because he was bad.
Well, he was racist against green people like the Grinch.
Yes. Very bad. Bad man.
Yeah, I like that movie. It's like 30 minutes long. and it's just like don't be an asshole.
Right.
Don't steal people's stuff.
Right. or don't rain on people's parade. Everyone's getting along fine. Don't be a Grinch.
Don't be a Scrooge. Don't be a Grinch.
Yeah,
I don't have a lot to say about these kids ones.
How about the Ron Howard one?
Yeah, that should go in the other category.
Uh-oh.
The harebrained category.
We'll get to that one. Santa Claus is Coming to Town is a claymation one, as well as
terrifying.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Equally frightening.
Yeah, I think Nolan had night terrors from the Santa Claus is Coming to Town. There's one...
I still do.
There's one scene where... Is it like... It's not Father Time, it's like Father Winter or something?
Yeah, Jack Frost or Father Winter or Old Man Snow.
There's like these super aggressive cuts that like zoom in on his face, and it like is surrounded by ice. I can see Nolan being unsettled right now. The ice looks like daggers around him, and then there's like his face reflected, and then it like shatters. Yeah, it's unpleasant. You can look it up.
Just a panic attack.
So there's that one, which is done by the same people, I believe, that did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Rudolph is fine. The best part of that whole movie is Yukon Cornelius and the Abominable Snowman are somehow included in that.
Or just the character who wants to be a dentist.
Yeah, that is
It's like a large part of the movie.
A very strange inclusion.
But I guess it's not like some of the other movies on this list where like Santa's helpers are just slaves.
Right, at least it's for kids, I guess. There's also Charlie Brown Christmas. The Charlie Brown Christmas is are you okay over there?
Yeah, I should be fine.
The Charlie Brown Christmas I haven't seen in probably like 20 years or so. I don't mind the soundtrack. I like the soundtrack. That's how I...
Oh yeah, the Vince Garibaldi trio doing that just like, you know, very soft
Christmas
jazz.
time is here, but just kids singing it. Cool. Where do we want to go from here? Work our way up the list?
Yeah, we can do these three dramas next.
Okay.
Basically, most of this is going to be talking about how insane these Christmas movies are, that, you know, they basically mine the audience's nostalgia for Christmas or family time or a certain color of lights and packaged presents to do some really, really odd things storytelling-wise. Which kind of makes I think the tradition of insanity in like American Christmas stories probably all comes from A Christmas Carol, which in itself is just a wild book with dozens of movie, TV, and stage adaptations.
Right, so basically what you're saying is if you take Christmas out of the equation and you just put it around anything else, any other idea, it's just a very chaotic, wild ride of a story. Not bad, but it's just wild.
Yeah, if you removed Christmas from a number of these, the story would still make sense.
And a Christmas,
like some of them use Christmas as like a skin to pretend to be a, you know, some kind of wholesome family movie, but instead they're, you know, Home Alone is a great example of that.
we'll get to that, but A Christmas Carol and It's a Wonderful Life are obviously mirrored stories in some capacity. And then there's Miracle on 34th Street, which is just kind of like it is a drama, but it is like a sweet little movie, I guess you could call it. Did that come out in the 50s or the 60s?
There's a bunch of versions. I think the original one is the late 40s.
Late 40s, wow. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a really old version of it.
Yeah. I've seen that one. We watched that. Dad had us watch that.
That one is a little too commercial for me. Like, I really like the Christmas movies that just kind of spit on capitalism and how, consumerism is the message of Christmas. Miracle of 34th Street kind of adheres to that.
It spits on capitalism, or it is just all in on capitalism?
Yeah, in a way.
Well, isn't it Macy's? Isn't it just centered around Macy's?
Yeah,
and it's just go to Macy's because then your Christmas will be great.
But it's also about like belief and the depth of belief, which ends up being a part of a lot of Christmas stories.
Right.
But yeah, It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Carol are like clearly just, those are kind of what I think of like the spirit of Christmas. Not being unselfish, being charitable.
Yeah, we want to say the nice things before the bashing begins with giant candy canes. But yeah, I agree. That's what probably most people imagine, or from their childhood imagine that's what they get from these Christmas movies is goodwill onto others, trying to be cheerful, giving thanks for all that you have and whatever family unit you have, holding on to those people and making sure you make it count, make it last. All right, we want to move on to the fun guys.
Yeah, I don't really have that much to add to these. It's a Wonderful Life is a great schmaltzy movie, and A Christmas Carol is, I enjoy it. Like, it's got a really strong use of fantasy that occasionally turns to horror, depending on which version of it you're watching.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm much more interested in talking about the harebrained Christmas movie, the insane ones.
It's a Wonderful Life is one of my favorite movies, just in general. But yeah, let's move on to those harebrained guys, harebrained madness.
Yeah, so these are movies that A, probably shouldn't exist, and B, just like the fact that there is nostalgia for them just shows the power that making a movie into a Christmas movie has for a story that otherwise just like didn't need to be told.
Right, and now it's a thing that people remember because it is a thing.
Yeah. Like Home Alone, you can remove Christmas entirely from it, and the movie still works. Like, it could just be a kid is left behind while his family goes on, his absurdly large family goes on vacation. And then he proceeds to torture two men who want to break in and steal VCRs, which is an amazing plot now, because VCRs are just worthless.
Right. So if Harry and Marv still had them, they would be sitting on coal.
Yep.
There are a bunch of great memes from that movie. Like that movie is almost every other scene is just filled with a meme or like a quote. Buzz's girlfriend, woof.
Woof. Yeah, obviously this was the peak of Macaulay Culkin.
8 years old, or 10 or 11, however old he is.
Just torturing people.
And after this, we have Scrooged, which I've only seen in bits and pieces. Like, it's been on in the background at like family events, but I have not seen the whole way through. I've seen most of it, but
Yeah, just like the worst possible rendition of A Christmas Carol.
well, it also includes a very bad man now, so
Yeah, well, yeah, everybody knew Bill Murray was a problem back then.
just nobody talks about it.
They talked about it. Everyone knew Bill Murray was a lunatic.
Never did anything about it.
Well, the movie made a lot of money.
Yeah.
It was a big money, that one.
Yep.
It cost $32 million to make and netted $100 million at the box office. So
Money solves.
just like most of these movies are all mid-budget movies that just made $100 million or more at the like just people love these Christmas movies. They can't get enough of them.
That should be our breakout film.
A Christmas film?
Yeah. It's like a guaranteed, like a shoo-in.
We could write a good story and then to put it over the top, we just make it take place at Christmas.
The very end, it like leads into Christmas and becomes a Christmas movie.
No, I'm at the beginning of the movie.
No.
You make it a Christmas movie. You just rewrite the whole thing at Christmas time, and then you slap some gooey shit at the end about how family's important and we need to not be alone on the 25th of December, and you need to buy presents and donate to a church.
Your script that you have, you rewrite that to include Christmas, the bank one,
Perfect.
or the cabin horror one. That one might actually work.
That would be a little tougher to do. I guess you could just make the thing be Krampus.
Oh dear God. We'll get to Krampus, but yeah, Elf as harebrained madness. Elf is kind of between like drama, a kids movie, and harebrained madness.
It's a pretty insane movie.
don't-
It's about a human who's kidnapped by Santa, and instead of giving him back, they just raise him like an elf, which is shown to be a miserable existence.
Yeah, and he's like, they try to be really nice to him, but he's just Sasquatch among like elves. Yeah, so
Yeah, he's King Kong. He just destroys everything they have.
and Ralphie is in that as well.
Yeah, as elf number one. Mm-hmm. Elf supervisor.
A Christmas story. Speaking of which,
Yeah, this is the one where things start to really go off the rails.
A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plot of this being a kid wants a BB gun and will stop at nothing to get it, asking whomever to get it,
It's such a small part of the plot, though.
including a probably very heavily intoxicated Santa in a Macy's like department store. But there are so many good bits in this like the Bumpus's dogs, the fudge, the yelling of the fudge,
Rah, rah, rah.
the fa ra 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 part at the end is a wild choice. I mean, all of those combined definitely are why this movie was so popular and continues to be so popular, because it just hits a bunch of like really crazy beats that stick in your head, and you're like, oh yeah, it's this scene, or oh yeah, it's that scene. The oh yeah, it's the lamp leg, fragile.
Yeah, but like breaking the movie down, it isn't like it doesn't amount to anything. It's just disparate parts shoved together, which are vaguely all taking place at Christmas.
With somehow the same characters. Yeah, it's like they just wrote.
Sometimes
They just wrote each scene, and the characters somehow are a part of those scenes.
there's a constant voiceover narration, and then flashbacks and flash forwards, dream sequences.
Children being beaten, swearing.
Yes, child abuse is a big part of the movie.
Standing up for yourself and beating the shit out of your bullies. That's another big piece. Randy going into the cupboard and eating his dinner there. Daddy's gonna kill Ralphie. When did this one come out? Late 60s? 70s?
80s, I thought. Early 80s.
80s. Oh yeah, it's probably like 86, I guess. No, I thought it was the 70s. I'm all over the place with these years.
Yeah, 1983.
1983.
It's based on a book.
Oh, it takes place though. Yeah, that's why I messed it up. It takes place in the past. Got it. Yeah. Did you think we were done with Elf, by the way? Because James Caan being an elf is quite a heroic choice. I don't think that movie works without Will Ferrell.
No, I think that movie would have been pretty forgettable if you just threw in some other comedian.
Speaking of comedy, we have the Polar Express. The animated Polar Express.
Yeah, this is another one that just hurts my head. Like, the whole movie is... It's just one of the... like, there's no consistent theme. Like those dramas all have, like, a message that they drive towards. Even the kids' movies have messages that they drive towards, but the rest of these don't. Like, Home Alone doesn't have a message. Like, the man is a hero for deliberately ensnaring criminals in a trap.
Yeah.
Like, a Christmas Story, as we just talked about, is about nothing. There's no deeper meaning or, like, happy part to it.
Right.
At least Elf is vaguely about something, but it kind of just shoehorns that stuff in at the end to get a quick little emotional resonance with the people singing the song to make the sleigh go.
Right. I forgot about that scene. But yeah, the Polar Express is reasonably inconsistent. I mean, it follows the kid's book, but it has to add in its own things because
it does not follow the book at all.
It sets out and has a train on it, and then there are many characters and situations.
This movie is like a hallucinatory nightmare.
Oh God, I forgot about the scene with all the toys, and they're like semi-attacking the kid who's wandering around. Forgot about that.
Or just like the homeless guy who haunts him the whole movie. Like, he just keeps showing up.
Right.
There's literally the birth of the actually meme is from this movie. There's just this little shit kid with big glasses who constantly goes, actually, and then explains whatever it is.
Right.
There's a poor kid on the train, and they like shit on him for being poor. Like, the whole movie is about like how it's kind of gross that he's a dirty, poor little boy. And he doesn't have a ticket, so they just like kick him off in the middle of like the Siberian wilderness.
Yeah, it's been so long since I saw this.
Yeah, it's an insane movie. Yeah, it's just a part of those Zemeckis animated ones that just the technology wasn't quite there, and it what's it called? The Uncanny Valley. So everything just looks terrifying.
Gotcha.
And then at the end, I'm pretty sure the whole point of the movie was like he needed to believe in Santa, but then he's just shown that Santa exists, but then he doesn't believe in him at the end, and then he still gets the presents.
Yeah, the end of it is roughly thought out, I would say.
Yeah, if only they had spent some of that $160 million budget on a writer.
Oops. But why would you hire a writer when you can just
Have Tom Hanks play
animate it?
every role.
Just animate everything? You don't need a writer when you have uncanny valley of ashes happening in every scene.
Yeah, I don't like this Polar Express movie one bit.
Let's move on. Christmas Vacation. The older I get, the more I actually enjoy this movie, I will say.
Shitter's full.
Yeah, I almost bought a sweater that said that, but I thought better of it. It's literally an RV that just said, like, from like smoke coming out of it, shitter's full. Not very subtle though. The movie is certainly not subtle. But Chevy Chase, who R.I.P. his career, yeah, is a lunatic in it.
Yeah, he is one of many villains in the story. Most of the characters are villains, but Chevy Chase definitely is.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I know who Bill Murray's brother is. Bill Murray's brother is his boss that gets traipsed in at the end of that movie. That's Bill Murray's brother.
Bill Murray's brother?
Yeah. We were talking offline about how Nolan just remembered how you know how you can remember something? Yeah, that Bill Murray had brothers who were also actors. Yeah, the guy that Chevy Chase's brother, Randy Quaid, like ties up.
I didn't even remember that was one of his brothers. I was thinking of one of his other brothers.
No. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's him. Or that's one of them. I enjoy this one. It's got some laughs to it.
Oh, it's definitely still a funny movie, yeah. Pound for pound, I think it has better jokes than most of the rest of these Christmas movies, and yeah, just the physical humor in it really works.
The antics
the
in
movie,
it.
Yeah, the movie itself I still don't like, because it's just basically about how commercialism is good and Christmas is about commercialism.
Right.
Or about making money. Like, the whole point is of him being angry at his boss is he didn't get a raise so he could have a pool. Like, his boss is the villain because he didn't let him get a pool.
Right, he didn't get his bonus, and it's the first year they didn't give out bonuses or what have you. Because we live in America and we deserve those big bonuses because we work so hard. So we can get a pool where we can fantasize about another woman jumping in with a bikini on, which is what happens. And then,
what else do we have here? I don't have too much to say about Christmas with the dog on the table and the squirrel and the next door neighbors that they just torture.
Right, Elaine is being tortured.
Which the movie condones because they're also assholes. Basically, everything that happens in the movie is karmic justice because no one in this is likable in the slightest.
That is true. The uncle who smokes the cigar is fine. He's a nice guy.
Doesn't he light the house on fire?
Yeah, but he's a nice guy. He's a nice one. The only reason he lights the house on fire is because of them dumping sewage. Like, they dump their RV into the just into the drain. It's like radioactive. Cool. So, Christmas with the Cranks. I know you love this movie a lot.
This is the worst Christmas movie. At least the worst Christmas movie I've ever seen.
I've never seen it, so I'm somewhat thankful. I'm Christmas thankful for it, not having seen it.
Based off of the best-selling novel by John Grisham.
Yeah, that's right. It was by Grisham. Do you see my background?
Yeah, there's just a picture of Marv from Home Alone being lit on fire. One of the many times he would have just been killed, but because the movie... So, actually, a little theory I have about Home Alone is that our Home Alone is actually purgatory, and that Macaulay Culkin and then Harry and Marv are all dead. They've been killed by the serial murderer, the old man with the shovel. And they're doomed to play out their hellish existence in purgatory, being tortured repeatedly by this little boy.
I mean, it makes sense. It could be that.
The ending is just a fever dream Kevin has after the man with the shovel returns to ferry him on to the afterlife.
So the old man is Charon?
And the devil, and just a regular serial killer. It's a loose theory.
I could see it.
And we would talk about the sequel, but Donald Trump is in that movie, so we can't talk about it.
He and Kevin actually shake hands, so he shook hands with him, so we can't
and
go
Tim
there.
Curry.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tim Curry, the butler who, like, is really creepy.
Yeah.
Like they play it off for laughs, but it's just like he's breaking into the room with just a little kid and like trying to get him.
Get him doing what? We'll never know.
He just wants to get him.
Not good.
But yeah, Christmas with the Cranks might as well just be called Conform with Christmas.
Right. From what
just a terrible movie about conformity.
From what you described, it seemed like it was pretty meta in some not so great ways by just saying, well, if you bully people enough, you can get them to believe. You can get them to believe in whatever you believe in. So you should definitely bully everyone to believe what you think. Speaking of which, the Santa Claus bullying people.
Another just a batshit movie.
Somehow Tim Allen is still cranking these out. I thought he was canceled. I guess he is canceled, but isn't canceled. But he's Santa Claus, so it doesn't matter. Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, I don't really understand it, but I do remember seeing this every Christmas for like, I don't know how many years, maybe 4 or 5 years. There are some funny scenes in it and some dramatic
stuff in this movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say some weirdly dramatic scenes as well. You mean as far as the divorce goes? Or
no, like the movie starts with them murdering Santa. They kill him brutally. They kill Santa Claus.
Right, and then he just accidentally puts on the jacket, the red MAGA hat jacket, and then it's over. It's over for him. Yeah, if you don't know what Tim Allen's been up to, you should look into it. He's been having some fun with the media.
He just hates
Disney.
liberals, is all.
Yeah,
He was one of the first people to be like, Hollywood is like Nazi Germany.
But he's Santa, so it's okay. It's fine. That's about all that I have to say about it. The only other thing I want to know is I forget the dude's name. Is it Ian or the shrink that's in it? His stepdad. It's gonna bother me.
Reinhold?
No, the guy who wears the sweaters all the time.
Bernard, the elf?
His stepdad.
Judge Reinhold? That's the actor's name.
No, I meant the guy's name in the movie. Anyway.
Oh,
His first name is Judge?
The actor's first name is Judge.
That's a problem. That's very problematic.
You've never seen Arrested Development? There's like a whole bit where Judge Reinhold is like a judge on TV.
Right.
And I forget what they call the show, but it's like Judge's Judge Room or whatever.
The Rural Juror.
Not the Rural Juror.
The next one is actually one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. Jingle All the Way. I remember seeing this the first time as a kid and my brain exploding because I think you and I just somehow were able to recognize how wild Christmas movies were, and we just doubled down on them and we're like, yeah, we need some more of this. We need to get as much of this as possible.
It's definitely in the same vein as like Home Alone. Like in terms of Kevin just being a sadist who likes to torture people, like every scene with Arnold Schwarzenegger just ends with violence. Like he just doesn't know how to get out of any situation other than just be violent.
No, he's Arnold. Arnold. And then you couple...
What does he do? He beats up a bunch of Santa Clauses. He impersonates a police officer. He destroys many things. He ruins a parade. He punches a reindeer in the face.
He's part of blowing up several officers.
Yeah, he's involved in multiple bombings. What else?
Then he like steals the identity of a fake superhero, but then is a superhero at the end. Like has the capabilities of a superhero.
He breaks into his neighbor's house to steal a toy, a doll. It's just a doll.
The voiceover of that scene, it's nestled safely under the tree, and it's him looking out. Balthazar.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Balthazar. Yeah, what's that guy's name?
Taken too soon. Phil,
Hartman?
Yeah, Phil Hartman.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's tough. He did such a good job in that movie. Wait, did you say the best line from the movie? Put the cookie down!
Put the cookie down!
The movie also opens with him being a shitty father and missing his kid's karate class where he gets like yellow belt or blue belt or whatever, and he tries to get out of the situation by driving on the shoulder and gets pulled over by a cop.
Yep.
Oh, man.
They do set the tone effectively from the beginning that he is just a selfish lunatic.
Oh my!
But by the end, he's still the same selfish bastard. He just got lucky.
Yeah, he just has a really nice kid. Well, Anakin is his kid in the movie.
Yeah, Darth Vader.
But yeah, I mean, he's clearly just motivated by money, so he can obtain this toy, which they do the Christmas thing where they're like, well, will this stupid little doll make you happy? But at the end, it's kind of a touching moment where when
he gives the doll to the police.
Yeah, Myron gets the doll, but also that like his kid's like, I don't need the doll. I've got the real one at home.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like go buy more dolls, but
It kind of is. Like there would have been a lot of terrorism avoided if he had just bought the doll 2 weeks before.
that's also true. So the message of the movie is don't wait to buy your gifts.
Yeah, don't procrastinate Christmas purchases.
That's probably why I buy all of my gifts on Cyber Monday, or most of them at least.
Oh, this is the reason why I buy most of my stuff on like 3 days before Christmas. Because it allows me to go out raging and rampaging on Christmas Eve and just fighting people.
That's why I got like 3 presents last year, because all of them were still waiting to be delivered.
Yep. Don't worry, I doled out the appropriate amount of violence to make sure that people knew that they were wrong.
I'm sorry, I don't know what any of that means.
Basically, I had to go to Amazon's distribution center in Kentucky and crack some skulls together.
Allegedly.
There's no footage. The cameras went out that day, and also everywhere through West Virginia that I had to drive through to get there.
Yeah, Jingle All the Way also has a scene where he like continually hits various citizens to get this stupid little ball that corresponds with a doll that they might win. And then he tracks the ball down because it goes into a ball pit, and then a girl picks it up and he grabs her mouth and then gets beaten off by like these moms with purses who just keep hitting him.
Yeah, because they think he's a pedophile.
Right.
Just casually in the kids' movie.
Beaten off was not the correct phrasing there, but yeah, they are hitting him with their purses to get him away from the ball pit. I still enjoy this movie though. Sinbad is great.
Yeah, whatever happened to Sinbad's career?
I don't know. The last thing I saw him on was probably Always Sunny.
Oh, right.
All right. Are we finished with the harebrained madness?
Yeah, my brain is hurting from thinking about all these Christmas movies at the same time.
You're welcome. I haven't seen most of the movies on this next list, so I apologize.
Oh, really? You haven't seen Gremlins?
That's the one I have seen. The rest I haven't, except for the Ye heralded movie, Christmas movie. You don't have to delete them. Like, I definitely want to see Bad...
Scrooged was on there twice.
I definitely want to see Bad Santa. I've heard some funny things about that movie.
Yeah, Bad Santa's pretty funny.
Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
It's a ridiculous movie. But in a good... But that one's actually rated R. Like, that one's actually meant to just be, like, raunchy and irreverent and crazy.
Right, it's not just Elf.
Yeah, like, it's about a criminal Santa. Like, it's unambiguous. Like, he's just a bad person and a criminal. Whereas, like, these other movies we talked about, like, they all end with the, like, nice, happy music, and they're supposed to be all good.
Meanwhile...
Die Hard is right on the line, though, because it has that nice ending where everything worked out at the end, but then the dude shows up and the cop shoots him.
Huh?
Die Hard?
What dude shows up?
All right, so you know how in Die Hard there's a bunch of Germans, right?
Yes.
And there's the one big German with the blonde hair.
Yes.
And you think he's already killed him.
Right.
By hanging him from the ceiling with a chain.
Yeah.
But then he's not dead. He comes back at the end.
Right.
And then the cop shoots him to regain his cop mojo that he lost because he shot a kid.
Ah, yeah.
An integral part of the plot of this movie is that a cop who is so bad at his job that he executed a child needs to get his mojo back by killing terrorists.
He doesn't drown his sorrows with alcohol. He drowns them with, like, gas station food, ho-hos or something.
His wife's pregnant.
Right, so she needs one ho-ho and he needs 3.
I mean, that's what the gas station guy tells him. He's like, fuck you, you're a fatty. This is an aggressive movie.
Die Hard?
Yes.
Yeah, no shit. What other Shane Black movies are there that aren't aggressive? Like
Shane Black. This is John McTiernan.
Oh.
No Shane Black involved in Die Hard.
Why were we talking about Shane Black?
Because he made a bunch of Christmas movies like Iron Man 3 and The Predator.
Oops. Yeah, that's why every time we watch this, we watch it late at night during like the holidays, and every single time we have to constantly change the volume because every now and then there are just mass explosions.
Just gunfire and bombs.
The action is absolutely lit though. Like the whole idea of him having to run around barefoot and just glass getting in it and is really iconic. And then what's the scene that he like puts the doll down the elevator shaft or whatever? He's like, now you only have 3 or something like that.
The doll, he puts a corpse in the elevator and paints on ho 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 on it with blood.
My memory is horrible.
In the tradition of some kind of like serial slasher killer, he uses the man's blood to send them a message. Now I have a machine gun.
Oh, that's what it is. Now I have a machine gun. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I wish that they used differently in that is his limo driver. Like I wish he was somehow involved.
I have a feeling they shot more scenes with him and they just cut them.
Right. That makes sense. The fact
That would be my guess, at least, because it seems like they had more in mind for the character, and then he just kind of like he comes through at the end by punching the guy.
Right. The principal from oh god, that 80s coming of age movie is also in it.
Oh yeah.
What the hell?
Barry Manilow.
What the hell is that movie called?
The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, Barry Manilow.
Yeah, that's what the one guy says to him in the Breakfast Club. He's like, "Do you wake up every morning and raid Barry Manilow's wardrobe?"
Right. And then the FBI guys come in and usurp him.
Agents Johnson and Johnson, who just go down in a blaze of glory. This is just like Nom.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to another rekindling of that.
Well, we watched this together several years ago in Taiwan at this like really weird hotel that was like behind a restaurant.
It looked like we were doing illegal things by getting to our room.
Yeah, we had to like walk through the restaurant and go up like the flights of stairs of these places that were all under construction, and it was just a hotel room.
Not just through a restaurant. Like they had the like grating thing that comes down at night that has the like lock on it. It was halfway down and the instructions were to duck under that and walk through the empty restaurant. Yeah. And then it was like half finished hallway, but then the rooms were just super nice and large. And
but we played this at like full volume, and there were definitely other people who were staying there.
Yeah, meanwhile it just sounded like the Americans were invading.
Yeah, it was way too loud, and we did not censor the volume.
That was after we FaceTimed the opening of gifts in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm. Definitely ruined someone else's Christmas night, but people there didn't really care that much about Christmas, so.
I also nearly ruined your Christmas by driving an hour and a half in the mountains of Taiwan on switchbacks at night.
Yeah, two people on this little scooter with a bunch of it weighed a lot because we needed the Xbox to play Die Hard. Like we went through so many hoops just to play Die Hard loudly.
It made for a very memorable time.
Yeah, shout out Sun Moon Lake.
Yeah, Sun Moon Lake. If you ever find yourself in Taiwan, check it out.
Shout out that Michelin star restaurant we went to that was just empty. We were like the only people there.
Yeah, there's one Michelin star in Sun Moon Lake on basically there are 3 parts of it, of the Paradise place, and it's really good, incredible. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking out Bad Santa. Which of these are we getting into next?
Well, Violent Night is it's in theaters now, so I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, we'll probably watch that together.
There's The Night Before Christmas, which is kind of a Christmas movie more than a Halloween movie.
The Night Before?
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, Nightmare. It somehow you wrote down The Night Before.
Yeah, that's also a movie.
Okay.
The Night Before is a comedy with James Franco and Seth Rogen.
That sounds familiar. Nightmare Before Christmas I have seen, and
yeah, The Night Before is just like those dudes and the people that are also in their other movies get together and they do a bunch of drugs the night before Christmas.
Yeah, that sounds like something I don't really need to see. I mean, I enjoyed This Is the End. Is it reminiscent of that?
No, it's nowhere near as good as that.
Right.
Vaguely reminiscent. It doesn't have the it's not like the full crew of like
is Danny McBride in it?
I don't remember.
If he isn't, then yeah, I'm probably not that interested in it.
He's definitely not an integral part of the movie, so yeah, The Night Before I don't have too much to say about. It's just like a harmless Judd Apatow-esque comedy about Christmas.
The Nightmare Before Christmas is great. People obviously love it.
Yeah, the old message of just be yourself, don't copy others.
Yeah. I mean, there's some great characters in it. Obviously, Jack. Some incredible songs as well, actually.
What's this? What's this?
Yeah. The Boogeyman.
I do occasionally just get that "What's This" song stuck in my head.
Really?
Just on loop. Like I'll just get like "What's this? What's this?"
So
Not even the rest of the song. Just "What's this?" over and over again.
So do I. I'll just be like opening the fridge and like maybe it's because I'm looking around the fridge and thinking, "What's this? What's that? What's this?" Gremlins is the other one that I've seen, which is an enjoyable movie, and the other half of Temple of Doom, which caused the PG-13 rating to exist, because it's right in between PG and R.
This movie's not for kids. Just the one sequence where they butcher a bunch of them is not meant for children, and it's a good thing that they made a rating in between. Even though the PG-13 rating now is just like a hard cap to try to earn more money, but
because you can only say one F-bomb, and
yeah, and
only
I think it can't
some
be
nudity.
Yeah, the nudity one is unclear what you're allowed to show and what you're not allowed to show.
I don't think you can show penises.
No, I think that's an R rating.
But
if you
can
penis.
show breasts, which is fine somehow.
Yeah, I think it's the way that the MPAA has really specific rules for how you do it. So I think if you show breasts, there's stuff that you're not supposed to do with them.
But no, you can't show one ball.
You might be able to show a single ball. You probably can't show both balls.
That's too much.
And you definitely can't show a penis.
No, too much. That might
one
cause.
Ball.
Well, if you show the penis, it might cause envy, but a boob doesn't. There is boob
that creates
envy.
Lust.
Right. But that's okay. That's fine.
Nobody's lusting over flaccid dicks in Christmas movies.
Nobody should. Moving on to Black Christmas.
Yeah, Black Christmas, one of my favorite Christmas movies. Just a good old slasher. Just a group of sorority girls being slowly murdered by an unseen killer.
Oh boy. It's a real movie though, right? Like it's good.
Yeah, it's a real movie. Yeah. No. I think it's a great movie. Like it's like one of the first slasher movies, and it like helps invent the genre and establish a lot of the consistent things that would take place in all of the thousands of copycat slashers.
This with like Halloween, you said, right?
Yeah, I think Halloween blew it up, like made the genre really popular. Same director as A Christmas Story.
Yeah, that is a wild fact. And this came out before A Christmas Story?
Yeah, probably like 10, close to 10 years before.
Interesting. Definitely gonna have to see it.
Oh yeah, I can't. It's a family-friendly film. Can't recommend it enough.
It isn't.
If you just like watching sorority ladies and cops get murdered.
Oh bother. The cover goes, if this picture doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight, and it's just a woman with a plastic bag suffocating her.
Family friendly, like I said.
Die Treppe in die Tod. That's the German cover.
Die Treppe in die Tod. What?
I couldn't even tell you why that's... Yeah. It's just Jesse, Die Treppe in den Tod. I'm not sure. Anyway,
I don't know what Treppe means.
Stalker? Stalker, maybe? I don't know.
Stalker of the Dead.
Krampus.
Great picture.
Another one that I have to see as well.
A movie that seems like it will just be terrible, but is secretly quite good.
Why? What actually makes it good?
It has really inventive special effects.
When did it come out?
2015, 2016.
Oh, gotcha.
Like it is a B movie in a way, but it also isn't. It's both funny and scary. It's like a good horror comedy horror. It's like kind of like a home invasion movie. I don't want to spoil it too much. Like I would recommend it to anybody who likes Christmas movies.
Somehow I doubt that, but
No, it's kind of like an anti-Christmas movie. Which obviously, given that I don't like Christmas movies, it makes sense that I like this one.
Yeah, I hesitate to ask too much about it, but
It's like on par with Gremlins.
gotcha.
I don't know what you think of Gremlins, but I really like Gremlins.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen that. So it looks like Jesse de Treppe in Dane Todd is Jesse on the staircase to heaven, or to death. Jesse on the stairway to death is what it literally translates to. Because Toad
Yeah.
and Treppe is stairway. So
Gotcha. Well, the main character's name is Jesse. So
yeah. It's just a weird translation of, Black Christmas. Is it in German?
it is not in German.
I don't know why that shows up.
It is actually a Canadian movie. Yeah. That's why I thought it was funny that it's like.
Well, any other crucial Christmas movies that we missed? I guess you can let us know.
White Christmas.
White Christmas, yeah, saw it once. Don't really think I'll ever be watching that. It's like a 3-hour war movie, isn't it?
There is war in it.
But like no fighting. There might be one fight scene.
Yeah, I think maybe there's like one scene of war, and that's really it.
Obviously, it's an iconic movie with the cast.
Yeah, maybe
the
to people born in the 40s.
Oops. Yeah. Any other ones? I can't really think of any. I mean, there's like Mickey's Christmas, but
Yeah, there's the Muppet Christmas, whatever.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Yeah, at some point we should do a Muppet episode, because I've been meaning to watch or rewatch a lot of those older Muppet movies. Because I don't think I've seen a lot of them.
I haven't seen a lot of them, no.
Like, I was told about the Muppets going to space. I've never seen that.
I've seen it. I think I saw it in theaters, actually.
Wow, I didn't.
I think I was at the beach, and it was just playing, and yeah.
No, but both of us are huge fans of Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah, that movie slaps. That movie is great. You're gonna need to stop doing that with your eyes. I'm getting really concerned. All right.
Yeah,
that
classic cinema. Really, don't watch Christmas movies. Just watch horror movies and Muppet Treasure Island.
Do yourself a favor. Have fun with your platonic family or your new family or your friends, and yeah, in all honesty, do reach out to people. Enjoy your holidays, enjoy your winter. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and Die Hard episode will be coming out soon.
Yippee-ki-yay.